Welcome to the Dream Life is Real Life podcast. I'm your host, Hanna Hermanson. I know it might seem cheesy or cliche, but if you've got a sleeping giant inside of you, or you just feel like you're made for more, then there's no coincidence you landed here on the Dream Life is Real Life podcast. Listen, as a girl from small town Wisconsin who decided to go all in to her dream life vision, I know how crazy it can feel to chase after wild ideas. Since leaving my 9-to-5 job in academics back in 2015 to becoming a yoga teacher, a life coach, and now a digital nomad, currently living in Merida, Mexico with my husband and Labradoodle, I know that all the cheesy cliches are true. I've watched a lot of my dream life become my real life right in front of my eyes. Oh, and I've learned a whole lot about sales, business, and marketing along the way, and I want to share all of that with you. So here, you can consider me your friend and mentor. As a certified business coach, success trainer, international speaker, author, and copywriter, I've helped hundreds of coaches and entrepreneurs build, scale, and enjoy their online businesses. So here on the show, you'll find the real people, concrete tactics, and weekly motivation and inspiration to make your dream life your real life. I'm going to let you into the nooks and crannies of these dream lives and dream businesses and offer lots of real talk along the way. Because to be a true leader in whatever you're endeavoring in your life and to create a legacy that you're proud of, you need a tribe lifting you up with you on the journey. And I've made it my mission to be that partner with you. Because after all, we are all in this together. By the way, if you'd like some help improving your business and life, then we just might be able to help. Head on over to dreamlifeisreallife.com to learn more about what we do and how I might be able to personally support you and just continue this conversation in making your dream life your real life. All right, let's get to it. Hey. Today it is just me hanging out and I'm going to share an embarrassing story. Now, if you are in my super special, super cool email club, you have already heard this story. However, I think it is one worth re-sharing because there are some really great nuggets, some really great lessons that you can take away and use in your marketing and become more interesting, become more magnetic in your personal brand, especially online. So first, embarrassing story, and then stick around for the gifts, for 6 takeaways that you can use and you can start implementing in your marketing. I just created a loop there. That's another marketing term for you. I gave you a reason to stick around. I created a loop. You don't quite know how these things are connected, but they totally are. So let's get in our Miss Frizzle time machine. How many of you are like 90s kids? I love the 2000s kinds of people. Like, I would love to know. If you follow me on Instagram, you know, I just love a good 2000s throwback. And that's exactly what I have for you today in this story. So we are in Miss Frizzle's magic school bus and we're going back to Hannah in the 8th grade. Now, I and my besties were part of this group called the PG. We called ourselves the party group, the PG. Now, don't go thinking we were like crazy party kids or like getting ourselves into trouble. Really, the party group existed to go to each other's houses and watch Will Ferrell movies, make up card games, and like play ghosts in the graveyard when the weather was nice enough in our small town in Wisconsin. So we weren't exactly the cool kids, but we were definitely living our best lives and co-ed, right? So this like boy-girl group really started to call ourselves the party group, living our best lives, 8th grade, running the school. And co-ed, so we were starting to do the kind of, awkward middle school co-mingling thing. And there was one boy in the group that I thought was pretty cute. And one winter night, we decided we were going to hang out at the cute boy's house. Okay. And I was super nervous. I really wanted to impress him or be cool or look good or just, not look bad. And I really think that's what we all want, to be honest, no matter how old we are, is to just not look bad. So anyway, the entire day I'm obsessing over what to wear. Should I straighten or crimp my hair? Which Hollister polo should I wear? What time is my dad going to drop me off? Like I just go into logistics mode when I'm anxious. This is still true. And so the whole day I'm just thinking about, what's the plan? What am I going to wear? How am I going to do my hair? And most importantly, what snack am I going to bring? Okay. It was a nighttime in winter. I'm thinking, something warm, something delicious, like something that just is really good, will make me stand out. I don't know. I was overthinking what snack to bring. Okay. And something you should know is that my mom is famous for her artichoke dip. It's even published in her church's cookbook, her name, her recipe. It's super simple, maybe 6 ingredients. So she made it for all of her friends when they would come over, every little happy hour my mom had, there was artichoke dip. And I love it. Everyone loved it. Warm, decadent artichoke dip. So it was clear that is what I needed to do. So my mom helped me. We made artichoke dip. Got myself ready. I'm in the car with my dad and I roll up to the cute boy's house. I climb out of the car. I've got my fancy crackers and I'm carrying the dip with my mom's plaid oven mitts. And here I am with this steaming bowl of dip. And I penguin walk to the front door of this, cute boy's house. My stomach's doing the whole somersault thing. And the cute boy's mom greets me at the door, welcome, come on in. And I take off my boots and I go in and I asked his mom if I could use the oven. And she looked at me why do you need the oven? All the kids are in the basement, sweetie. What are you talking about? And what I didn't realize is that the other snacks at this party, we included Doritos, Mountain Dew, and M&Ms. And here I am with my oven mitts and hot artichoke dip, like a 47-year-old at a potluck. And remember, this is 8th grade, you guys. I was mortified. I had totally overdone it. I totally stuck out in the wrong way. And I was so mortified that I had artichoke dip. Now, my family can still laugh at this because it was just so ridiculous. What kind of 47-year-old takes hot artichoke dip to a middle school movie party? Anyway, it was ridiculous at the time. And I really felt like I never lived it down. But you know what? At the end of the day, I learned a really valuable lesson because the cute boy did ask me to the winter formal. Now, I'm not going to give the artichoke dip all of the credit here, but this is the lesson. Blending in is boring. And even though it felt really awkward and uncomfortable and oh my God, what am I doing? I'm so embarrassed. It worked out in the end. Okay. I still make artichoke dip to this day. People even know, and trust me. Ask my friends. They know my snack game is on point. And I don't just bring Mountain Dew and M&Ms and Doritos. I bring the good snacks, the good crackers. So why does this matter? Why is this embarrassing story important to you? Besides, if you're a millennial like me, you got a little throwback to Will Ferrell and Mountain Dew and parties in the basement and maybe ghosts in the graveyard. But this is what I'm talking about with your marketing coaches. Stop bringing boring old Ripple chips to the marketing party just because everyone else is doing it. You don't want to be the person doing what everyone else does, especially as an entrepreneur. You were made to be different. You are a unique, sparkly snowflake, friends. So you want your marketing and your content to pop, to stand out, to get noticed, to have to use the oven and not be just like every other coach out there. Because in a world of bro marketing that's really focused on high pressure tactics and sleazy scarcity stuff, right? Flexing their results and flexing their toys. I want to encourage you to look at how you can make yourself stand out in a feel good and unique way. And the best way to do that is through storytelling. Yes, just like I did here. Are you seeing how the loop is going to get us somewhere when we talk about marketing today? So start by sharing vulnerable stories about yourself, about your life. Look, I just shared a relatable story about me in 8th grade. You don't have to open up your whole life or become that influencer that shares way too much on Instagram. No, you also don't have to be super interesting. You guys, again, I talked about 8th grade, bringing a snack over to my crush's house. So many of my clients are like, I can't tell any stories. I'm not interesting. And I'm like, let's look at some of the most popular TV shows in America. Friends, Will and Grace, How I Met Your Mother, Full House. Boring. These are just people's everyday life. And we love shows like that because they're relatable. There is humor and enjoyment in the everyday, in the mundane, in showing up to someone's house with an artichoke dip, right? And so sharing something that just makes you human. When I say vulnerable, it doesn't mean it has to be your crying on the bathroom floor moment. I just mean something that makes you human, that's real. And this is how you become magnetic in your marketing, by telling real stories and helping people know, like, and trust you. This is the power of storytelling. So where do we start? If we don't just share our hardest moments or our best moments, what are the things worth sharing? What can we tell stories about? Well, I'm going to give you 6 good story frameworks so that you can start to think about what are things that have happened to you that are worth sharing, that can be wove into your marketing strategy to make you more real, more different, make you stand out and be the artichoke dip and not the Lay's ripple chips, right? So here are your 6 good story frameworks. Number 1, 2 people who want opposite things, right? So think about an example for me might be on a Friday night when my husband and I can't decide where to go to eat. How many of you have ever had that experience? It's normal, it's regular, it's human, but telling a story and giving you some of the examples of us debating between pizza and tacos is going to help you feel like we are the same, like you can trust me. So number 1, 2 people want opposite things. Tell that story. Number 2 framework for a good story is 2 people want the same thing, right? So this is where you can really speak to your clients. Are you like this, reader? Do you want freedom in your life? Would you love to be at the beach? Do you want to have more time in your day to do things that you love? We both want that. And you can tell a story of a client that you helped to do that. Or more generally, just in every single day life, 2 people want to both be in line in the same Walmart line. Have you ever had that experience where we both wanted to go for that line and that feeling that happens and the mindset that comes up? I'm literally just making these things up because once you have the frameworks of 2 people want the same thing, think about things that just happened to you this week. And those are stories that you can tell. Okay. Marketing is not about being coming up with these brand new out of this world things. It's about finding those things that are more relatable, that just actually happen to you. So those are the first 2 good story frameworks. Number 1, 2 people want opposite things. And then the flip side, you could tell a story of when 2 people want the same thing. All right. The third framework for a good story is that one person wants something, but there's an obstacle. Okay, you guys, this is storytelling 101. This is every movie ever made. There's an obstacle, right? There's something you have to overcome. So you can tell that story of your own self, right? I wanted this boy to like me, but the hot artichoke dip was in my way. Or this might be a client you could tell a story about. Stories are powerful, and it doesn't have to just be about you. You can also share a story of a client who wanted something, but had an obstacle in the way. 4th good story framework, mistakes. Mistakes. You guys, I do not trust people on the internet who only show me their wins, who only say what to do, who only have how-to content. What makes you real? It's so interesting. And by the way, human nature to be voyeurs, to be really interested in people messing up. Who remembers America's Funniest Home Videos? Okay, some of that stuff was cringy and painful and inappropriate. But sometimes it's kind of funny to see someone run into a screen door or send an email that says, hey, first name, instead of, hey, Sally, hey, Hannah. So be willing to share some of your mistakes. Again, I'm not saying like lay out the whole story of your divorce or your no. Just little things that happen day to day where you made a mistake will make you relatable and make people laugh, which is a story for a whole nother podcast. So that's your fourth good story framework, share a mistake. The fifth good story framework is a dilemma. You didn't know what to do. You guys, I literally have a splinter today. If you're on video, you could maybe even see my splinter. And I'm thinking about how can I make this a story to tell? Because everyone's had a splinter and it's such a dilemma. Should you use the tweezers? Should you use your teeth? Should you get needle involved? It's in my right hand, so like my left hand can't really do it. And I literally was thinking about my, because I have a copywriter brain, I was thinking about this dilemma. It's still stuck in me. And I started to think, how could that maybe relate to my offer to, having something stuck in your thumb? Oh, copywriting. I'll come up with a story. Get on my email list so you can hear it. But dilemmas, big, small, real things that happen to you, relatable. You can share those dilemmas. And then the sixth thing are mysteries, okay? Examples like, who keeps opening up my garbage bag, okay? Like we set our garbage out on the street certain days of the week, and they keep getting opened. And I don't know who's doing it. I don't know why. It's mysterious. Or if you keep finding quarters or nickels all over the place, like that's kind of mysterious. Like, why do you keep seeing coins everywhere? Or how come you only catch your sweater on like a doorknob when you're in a bad mood? Like that is mysterious. So I hope that these 6 good story frameworks help you see that you don't have to have grandiose, I quit my job and traveled the world, I helped someone become a millionaire. No, those are not the stories that you want to be sharing on the regular. It's great if you have them, like more power to you. But what really helps people get engaged in your marketing and want to keep coming back for more is telling good stories. Like I said, those big grandiose stories of I quit my job and traveled the world, they might get people to come and like look at what you're up to, but you want people to keep coming back, to be part of your brand, to be in the conversation with you, to be listening to your podcasts every single week, to be opening your emails every single week. And good story frameworks are exactly what are going to help people keep showing up to the great work that you have to share. So pop yourself some popcorn, get some artichoke dip in the oven, and start to think about what are the real life, normal, maybe even mundane stories that you can start sharing with your audience to make you that go-to person, make you top of mind. There are lots of coaches out there. There are lots of coaches who are going to tell you their sob story or their success story. But it's the ones who show up with consistent, interesting stories that you keep going back to, that become bingeable. And that's what you want, because there are very few people who buy coaching based on one post. Most people watch you for a while. They're like on the sidewalk, like interested in like, who is this person? Do I like them? Do I trust them? Do I want to book a call or lean into their program? And I'm telling you, I've seen this in every single one of our clients. Good stories combined with marketing strategy get you good clients. So save this if you need a millennial laugh or to get your 6 good story frameworks so you can start brainstorming what you need to share with your audience. And if this is totally not your jam and you would rather just be watching Full House or How I Met Your Mother or whatever is on cable these days, I don't even know. Remember, we can do this for you. This is our jam, and storytelling is a massive ingredient in our done for you copywriting secret sauce. My team and I are funny, world-class copywriters that help coaches put out strategic and entertaining copy so that you can do more of what you love, booking clients and actually coaching them. So if you're still interested in what we do on the done for you side of things, I'm happy to tell you all sorts of stories about what happens inside of our boutique marketing team. where we deliver every single week. Email, social media, website, blogs, you name it. You tell us what you'd love to have done for you, and we can take the conversation from there. Hop on over to www.dreamlifeisreallife.com/connect. Tell us what you want done for you, and we'll take the party from there. Remember, we bring the good snacks, and you want to tell the good stories. All right, friends, until next time. And don't forget to hop on over to dreamlifeisreallife.com/show for specific goodies that we talked about today and access to continue the conversation with these guests as well as myself. I cannot wait to see what you create. Until next time.